Hey guys, it's John Velasco. This is a video I've been wanting to do for a very long time. And now that I have a lot of time on my hands, I thought, why not? So before we get into it, I want to give you a little bit of a backstory into how this video came about. So I've been in the industry for about 8+ years now, and it's been a great ride, a learning experience. I couldn't ask for anything more. I'm super humble and grateful about all the opportunities that came my way. And, it's not something I'd ever consider as a job. It's more like a passion because I love what I do. And to me, that's never a job. When you do something you love, it's not a job. It's called a passion. So I was talking to Mr. Jaime Rivera, if you guys don't know, from Pocket Now, great guy. And we were at an event in New York City and we were talking about these older tech writers, YouTubers that were around in the late 2000s, that started out in the late 2000s, even possibly earlier. And we were wondering what they're doing now because they're no longer in the industry, directly in the industry, not doing tech writing, reviewing, or on YouTube. So, I thought, hey, why not do this video? So without further delay, let's start off with number one. So the very first person I'm going to talk about here is someone who I've known since 2008 or known of since 2008. I really didn't get to know him until later in his career, but he first started out at a smaller publication doing a lot of articles, writing articles and doing reviews, but he got really big once he went to a larger publication.
Hey everyone, Brad Molen here. I am formerly of Engadget. I was a senior mobile editor for a while, and I am now with Weber Shandwick as a account director. So I have turned to the dark side, as we always like to say, from the journalistic side. When I came onto Weber Shandwick, I ended up being a part of that team, and ever since then I have joined a few other companies, representing companies that focus on mobile and tech in many different areas. One of the things that I loved the most was whenever people came up to me and just asked for my opinion on things. Just feeling like I had this opinion that matters. It's nice to know that people actually value what you think. And so being able to play around with all these different phones, I can come to them and say, hey, I really enjoyed this phone, or this phone I wasn't a big fan of, I wouldn't waste your money. But I would say one of my best memories is having the opportunity to go to the iPhone launches.
Oh, nice.
So being invited and just being a part of a very small group of people who were able to come in.
I'm really excited about this next person because they had a huge impact in my career, and they were actually one of the very first techies I can recall following back in the early 2000s.
Hi, my name is Jon Quach, formerly of CNET and All Things D/Recode.
So where are you at now, or what are you doing now?
I am a writer on the brand creative team at Autodesk, which is a 3D design software company, and basically I help with customer stories, telling more about the Autodesk brand and elevating the brand through different writing opportunities.
Do you miss any of the old tech stuff?
I do. I miss, playing with all the different and new gadgets, and talking, just meeting everyone at events and getting to know everyone kind of in the industry. I do miss that.
Do you have any favorite memories about doing the tech writing and videos?
Gosh, I don't know. I can't. There's a lot, but I do remember when they first started. When they asked me to start doing videos, I was like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, I chose print journalism for a reason, but it turned out to be a great thing, and it was fun to kind of get to connect with fans that way.
Now, this wouldn't be a complete list without the team over at Phone Dog, right? This person is a no-brainer. You guys probably know who he is. He had a great rapport with his audiences. Probably one of the first YouTube personalities that really stuck out for me, and it's none other than this guy.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Noah from PhoneDog.com and Techno Buffalo. How's it going?
So I guess, what are you up to now? Nowadays.
Good question. Now, how long ago was that, man? It's been 4 years, 5 years since I was doing reviews full time. And I can never sit still, apparently. So these days I'm consulting kind of on the other side of the fence, working for the companies instead of reviewing their stuff. And it's kind of a combination of consulting on products, usually like kind of pre-launch, so kind of giving them either product advice or helping them get ready to deal with the likes of, you and formerly me in reviews.
Oh, do you miss, and what do you miss most about, I guess, the old tech stuff?
I miss, I recently got, every once in a while, I'll get the chance now, but it's pretty few and far between. I'll get called on a consulting gig and I'll get to see a product that hasn't come out yet. And that's probably what I miss the most.
Yeah.
Because it was fun to like walk around town with a phone in my pocket knowing like, hey, this isn't out yet. Right? Yeah, I'm under embargo. There are people just like me and you out there who wish, they had the thing before it hit the streets. Yeah. So I miss that. And, just kind of the geeky rush out of covering this stuff.
And do you have any favorite memories, I guess, from doing
it? Too many to name. I mean, I'm fortunate that I'm actually these days working with a fair number of people who I met. Most of my favorite memories are people related more than the tech stuff. I mean, I don't know, going to some of the launches, that thing just popped in mind was some Samsung or a Sprint launch at a CES where they had Mario Batali, the celebrity chef. And they had they had launched this video chat thing. This was a while ago, right? Because video chat was
quick.
Sort of. And they showed him on a screen, and he was demoing cooking something. They're like, look at our network so fast, you can see him cooking and everything. And then he finished the demo, and and everybody knew this was coming, but like the curtain dropped, and actually he was right there.
I first met this next person at a BlackBerry event in New York City. I believe it was 2009, or it could have been earlier. But anyway, this person looks totally different now than he did back then. Great transformation story, but better yet, he's a great friend and great YouTube personality as well.
Hey, I'm Aaron Baker, formerly of Phone Dog, now of HTC. So obviously I was on YouTube for a long time, love talking about phones, and I get to do that now for HTC. So you may see me on HTC social channels, on YouTube, talking about the HTC U11, all of our new smartphones. So it's kind of cool. It was a cool transition from doing it full-time on YouTube to doing it for a company.
Nice. So what do you miss, or what are your best memories?
There's a lot of good memories. I miss being able to talk about all kinds of phones because I love the industry. I mean, I've been in wireless for 14 years now, and so I miss being able to talk about all kinds of phones and industry trends and things like that. But what I think is cool about what I do now is, all the time, and I'm sure you remember this, we always think about what's coming next and what's happening in 2018 and beyond, and now I get to be on the inside for a company and get to see what's coming next. And so from a nerd standpoint, it makes my nerd heart happy to be able to see all this cool stuff that's coming down the road and how to be able to talk about it and tell other people about it. So that part's cool, but I do miss talking about phones all the time and being able to share it.
When I first started watching the videos from this next person, they really stood out to me because they had a unique style that I haven't seen before. They combined different elements, different cuts, transitions, and best of all, he had a lot of humor.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Jon Quach. Hey, what's up?
On my video.
Okay, there. Okay. There we go.
Hi, can you see
up,
me?
man?
Hear me okay?
I can hear you okay. You're good.
Yeah, so I am a developer now. Mostly focusing on front-end development code stuff. That's what I've been doing.
How long, I guess? I know you were with Techno Buffalo for a while, right?
Yeah, so when I started with Techno Buffalo, I was there primarily for design and video stuff, but I started helping out more with the development of the website, and website and coding, that's stuff that I've always wanted to do when I was younger.
Yeah, it's crazy. Do you, I guess, anything that you miss or any great memories, even with the Phone Dog guys? And
so with the video stuff, this has always been my stance and my opinion on it. Like, I was only on camera because I had to be, because I was just by myself, but I always enjoyed the stuff that didn't involve being on camera, so mostly post-production stuff.
Yeah.
and filming and just get like the art and the technique of that kind of stuff. That was something I really enjoyed, and sometimes I miss that kind of stuff. My favorite part about editing was I got really into coloring. So that's something I miss as well, because the stuff I do nowadays is nothing, like not even close to whatever that stuff is. I work in code now.
This next person was really tough to track down because after they left the industry, they were pretty much gone. They didn't have any social media you could follow, so it was really tough to track them down. But luckily I got help from a friend, and here she is.
Hey guys, I'm Sydney, formerly from PhoneDog.com. Yeah, so right now I work for a custom apparel company called Pepware. We do like screen printing, embroidery, that kind of thing. And I'm in content marketing, so I do blog posts, video content, social media, email campaigns. So kind of a lot of actually what I did for PhoneDog, but now in more of a marketing context.
What do you miss about doing the old stuff, I guess?
You know, that's a good question. I think one of the things I missed the most once I left was the creative process of making content. That was really my passion. I mean, I love technology, but it was making the videos and the blog posts. And so I've always gone back to that, whether it was when starting my own YouTube channel or now working with Pepware. I'm doing the same thing. That's really what I enjoy, was that whole creative process.
Any favorite memories from back then?
Man, I had a lot. I mean, we had a blast. Anybody, that's done that, how much fun it is. My two favorite things, just overall, I really enjoyed interacting with the viewers. You kind of form like these mini relationships and friendships with your regular viewers. But also, if I had to pick a specific memory, I'd say going to BlackBerry Worlds back before BlackBerry crashed and burned. Those events like that were always a lot of fun. You get to see new products. You're basically kind of seeing the future, and it's just a cool environment to be in. So for a specific memory, that'd probably be one of my favorites.
And finally, I'm going to end this video with someone who I consider as a great mentor and also a great friend. The funny part is that I first met this person at my very first event ever, which was for the Verizon BlackBerry Storm. And I remember it vividly because I was underdressed for the occasion, but this guy came out of nowhere, introduced himself, and made me feel so welcome. And since then, he's had a great impact on my career.
Hi, I'm Michael Oryl. I founded and ran MobileBurn.com for a little over a decade back, I guess, starting in the late 90s and in the early days before smartphones. And what I'm doing now, having sold my company some years ago, is I'm back in software development, which is where I started. So that's what I've been doing for the last 5 years.
Any favorite moments?
Favorite moments? The biggest thing for me in terms of Mobile Burn had to have been when, way back in the early days, again, this is still pre-smartphones, Rich Brome and I, who we were both based out of Philadelphia, we were interviewed by the Wall Street Journal, and we had our wood carving pictures on the front page of the Wall Street Journal. So I'd have to say that was a fairly big moment.
So why did I end up making this video? Yes, I want to say thanks to everyone, to all my colleagues, to all the friends I made through the years. And it's been a humbling experience. And recently, I was talking to this guy who I met at a Motorola event, the Motorola Z2 Force event, and he's just starting out in the industry, and I gave him some tips. He kind of reminded me of my position when I first started. Didn't know anyone, but through hard work, through passion, you could do whatever you want. And if you have those things, those qualities, you're ambitious, you could do anything. So don't let people tell you you can't do this or you won't be able to do that, because if you work hard, you believe in yourself, and you have hope, you could do anything. So that is it. Thank you for watching this video. There are so many people I want to include, but obviously I didn't want to make this video super long, but maybe if I have time again, I'll complete the list and tell you some of my other favorites. But for now, goodbye.